General Walker, I'm going to start with you. I wasn't going to start here, but I am after what I just heard. So Chief Conte had said that he was stunned at the response from the Department of the Army when former Police Chief Sund requested assistance from the Guard. What's your reaction to what Conte said? Were you frustrated on that call as well?
Yes, I was. Senator Klobuchar, I was frustrated. I was just as stunned as everybody else on the call.
And I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, that with the National Guard, it is much better to prepare them and call them into action and have a plan, which I know that I heard from Mr. Celestinus that people tried to do. They called the chief, they called people and said, you want to have the Guard mobilized. And there was a discussion between you and Sund leading up to January 6th in which this was discussed, and you didn't get a clear direction to have them mobilized. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. So I talked to Chief Sund on Sunday. I talked to him Saturday and Sunday. We talk. We're friends. I've known him for a long time. So on Sunday, I asked him, are you going to request D.C. National Guard help? And if you do, I need it in writing. It has to be formal because the Secretary of Defense has to approve it. He told me he was not allowed to request a support. And I asked him if he wanted me to share that, and he said, no, I can't even ask you for the support, is what he told me. But he did say, but if I do call you, will you be able to support me? I said, yes, but I have to get approval from the Secretary of the Army and ultimately the Secretary of Defense because it's a federal request.
Exactly. And so as we've heard from Chief Sund last week, he had been denied by the Sergeant at Arms, and that's a subject for last week. But the subject for today is, given all that, and we know we would have been in much better shape if they'd been called in ahead and if he'd had authority, but now we're to the day, and it is 2:22, and you are on the phone with them, and you're asking for this authorization, which you felt it was unusual to get. Is that right? Unusual that
I thought the delay was unusual.
Yes.
And so we were already in support of the Metropolitan Police Department. And when the Metropolitan Police Department left the traffic control points, what I wanted to do was take those guardsmen and move them to the Capitol immediately. And my logic was we were still in direct support. We would have been in support of the Metropolitan Police Department, who was supporting the United States Capitol Police at that point.
So I just keep imagining the scene. The whole country, the whole world is seeing this on TV. You've got the police line breached at this moment. You have smashed windows. You have insurrectionists going through the police lines. You are on the phone. Everyone is seeing this on TV, and they're not immediately approving your request. And in your recent testimony, you just said, hey, I could have gotten them on those buses and ready to go. Is that correct?
That is correct, Senator.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.